The Internet registries maintain a WHOIS database that, in addition to having information about domains, it has information about the people who own those domains. And by leveraging this tool for reconnaissance and footprinting, we have the potential to gather personal information that we can later use in social engineering, as well as collecting information such as domain name, details about the owner, the domain name servers, the IP address ranges involved, when the domain was created, and when they were last updated. When using WHOIS for the purpose of reconnaissance and footprinting, there's three basic categories. We have the command line, we have online services that do a lot of the work for us, and we also have applications that can run on computers as well as mobile devices. So we'll log on as root with the password of TOOR, press enter. We'll bring up a terminal window, and let's use WHOIS, and let's look for hackthisSite.org. So that just pumped out a whole bunch of information. Let me scroll up just a little bit. It has the registrant information regarding that domain, it has the admin information regarding that domain. And it's surprising what you might find here, because if it was, for example, several years ago and the current CEO set this up in the early days, we might have some of his detailed information in this as well. So that's an example of using it from the command line. If we want to use a service, we can open up a browser. And there are lots of services out there. One of them is www.domaintools.com. We'll go there as an example of one of many. Let me maximize that. And from here, we can click on WHOIS, and we can type in a domain. For example, hackthisSite.org. And that just puts a nice graphical user interface around it. So we have the same basic information, but we also have some additional tools like reverse lookups and so forth that we can also launch right from this web page. And then as an example of an application that we could run, let's go to our Windows 10 machine. Let's bring up Chrome. And one of the many tools that will do it is called Smart WHOIS. So if I do a search for Smart WHOIS, the first link that comes up is from Tomosoft. That is the one I want, www.tamos.com. We'll click on that. We'll go to Downloads. We'll scroll down. They have a lot of products. The one I'm after is called Smart WHOIS, which is right there. So we'll click on the download link over here on the right-hand side. And that's downloading, and we'll unzip it and simply launch the install. So I'll right-click, say Show in Folder, and then I'll right-click on it, select Extract All, click Extract, and then we'll launch the setup. We'll click on the forward motion for everything, whether it's yes, next, or finished. We'll agree to everything. And regarding extensions, I'm just going to have it put the extension for Chrome to make it really convenient to launch right from Chrome. And click on Next. And now it's warning me to go ahead and shut down my browser before I continue the install. So I'll right-click on the taskbar on the icon for Chrome. I'll go ahead and close that window, then click on OK to continue. And now it's asking me, do I want to open up ports 43 and 80 to connect to the WHOIS database? I'm going to click on Yes. And then click on Finish. And if you wanted to check for updates automatically later, you can. I'm going to say no in this case. And let me maximize the screen. So from here, we can just put in an IP host or domain name, for example, hackthisSite.org, press Enter, and it will just get all the information and display it in this nice, comfortable window for us. So it's pretty much the same information, just organized a little bit better for us. And up here on the top right, we can go ahead and click on the drop down for query, and we can specify based on IP address or host name. And currently it was set to auto detect. If we wanted to do another one, we go ahead and just add, for example, google.com, press enter. Then here on the left, we can click on the domain that we want to look at, and then on the right, scroll down through the details. If we want to clear the results, we can click on this clear icon right here and start over. In this nugget, we've taken a moment to look at WHOIS, which allows us to get information regarding the registered user of internet resources, including domain names and IP address blocks and so forth. And we provided three examples from the command line, from an online service, as well as doing it from an application running on a computer. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.